Hi there, very impromptu video because I haven't made one for a while, and we had a series of events transpiring the past since Trump's been elected, but really like today with the hearings with Rod Rosenstien and Christopher Wray, which I found illuminating. Not really. It's kind of frustrating, but very much a rendition of what we've seen in the past, like with Comey, when they sit up there. Although I don't think that they swore Comey in, did they? Maybe they did. I can't remember right now. Sure, these people were under oath. So what? They lie all the time. They're under oath. Does that really mean that they're not going to lie again, like now? I have to apologize too. Okay, this lighting is screwed up. I haven't messed with this camera, and I'm just not going to do it now because I have to run out. I just wanted to make this so I can put out there a few thoughts about, this hearing today. Particularly, I'm going to post a link in the description box. If you have the time to listen through the painful thing, or just check out the highlights. I like Jim Jordan and what he had to say. He really just cut to the bullshit and said, look, just give us what we're asking for. Why aren't you giving us what we're asking for? Which is a very good question. Every single question that Rod Rosenstien responded to, that man couldn't have seemed more uncomfortable. But in all truthfulness, he always seems that way. He always seems like he is sitting someplace with a big giant something up his butt. Now, Wray, on the other hand, although I do believe they are both cut from the same cloth, his disposition is much more polished and slick. It doesn't mean that he is not also being a slime ball. It's just that he comes across a little better about it, I think, than Rosenstien. Maybe he hasn't had as much time to be out there, but I would encourage people to look into the Joint Terrorism Task Force, which he was a part of for a long time. And so was David Hogg's father. In the past, I did videos on this. Of course, those are all gone now because my channel was deleted, which really sucks. Another reason why I don't kind of make a lot of videos anymore, because it takes a lot of time, and I really had those for my personal reference as well, but they're gone. Anyway, getting off topic. So yes, the meeting today, the hearing today started off very interesting. I think it was with Miss Jackson Lee, talking about why are they having a hearing? It was obvious with their votes and what people said throughout the day that a group of people got together and decided they were going to basically insinuate that it was just ridiculous they were having this meeting. And it was over Clinton's emails that were, why are we having this now as an emergency meeting? Yeah, it is ridiculous to still be talking about it. That is for sure. And that's because justice hasn't come yet. And Maxine Waters aside, which is just a whole other thing to talk about. These people, they're delusional. And when you listen to them speak, like Hank Johnson, who I personally can't listen to because every time I listen to him, all I can hear is whenever he was talking about Guam flipping into the ocean. Sometimes I wonder, are these people, I just find it hard to believe that there could be people that are that stupid. Not that I'm a genius or that my political science or whatever, no, but I'm not the one in that job. I expect them to know what they're talking about, Okay, anyway, I don't believe these people when they're sitting up there. All they're doing is creating, they're pacifiers. They're pacifying the people who want answers now. Did you notice every single time everybody gets their hopes up, even like with this Q? Yeah, I listen to Q. It's a grain of salt. I mean, there are some phenomenal people online that I know follow Q and do all these breakdowns. That's fantastic. Okay, I listen about as much as I listen to anything else because at the end of the day, what you have to look at is what's going on. Who's indicted? They make a big deal about these people losing their jobs. I'm sorry, last time I checked, felonies had some sort of a consequence that surpassed just losing your job. Boo-hoo-hoo, Mr. McCabe lost his job. So-and-so stepped down. And Wray was trying to indicate today that there was going to be, proceedings coming with actions being taken. Okay, show me. How long is that going to take? And when all this is going on, you still have your quiet actors in the background, like Mr. Obama, who I am sure is being protected. the name's not mentioned, is it? Do you ever hear it come up? No, not often. Who do you think was the head person doing a lot of things? He wasn't the head person, but his name's never mentioned, for as much as I believe, or Clinton, who I do believe is very responsible for the preponderance of so many things. It's like when they sit there and start talking and they want to sit there and bash Trump or say anything, or they talk, they're so delusional. I mean, I'd have to write a list, and it's so time consuming. All I do is I work myself up when I do that. And if you're following me or still listening, I know you're already up on that. And you already know what I mean when I say that the left just completely projects all the time. They accuse the opposition to doing exactly what they're doing, except they're doing it 10 times worse. Not that anybody should be doing anything that's underhanded. You know, we should have people in charge that are nonpartisan. That's never going to happen. That's just never going to happen. What you can only hope for is that there is some semblance of sanity on all sides, which can look at a situation and say, this is the law, this is what they did, the law was broken, now there are consequences. It's just that simple. They're protecting people that are named. It's not national security that they're protecting. Absolutely, it's not national security that they're protecting. And they know that. They're just doing this to appease people. I want to see actions. I want to see people actually go on trial and actually have to answer questions. But from what I can discern after reading the Inspector's General report and everything else, it's never going to happen. That was their way of putting that to bed. And I don't want to necessarily bash President Trump for not being stronger on it, because I really do believe that he's probably pushing as hard as he can push without there being some sort of flip into them trying to rally some impeachment for him pushing his powers, which he's not doing whatsoever. You know, the delusional people, I read through Twitter this morning, there was people that were sitting there talking about how President Trump's going to be impeached soon. These people really believe that. They do. These people, some of them, they really believe that. All of this shit that goes on. And they really believe that Trump is the one that's going to get impeached. And they just forget and just ignore everything else. And about the kids in the cages. There were Congress people there today. You go back and listen. Link will be in the description box. Go back and listen to the people that were talking about how Trump, it's under Trump. Trump's the one who's causing the kids in cages. They don't have any, they don't even reference the fact. Nothing about these people are coming over illegally. Nothing. Nobody in their right mind, okay, nobody in their right mind who understands the law, like if you're an American citizen and you fuck up and you break the law and you have to go to jail, your kids are going to be taken from you. Okay, that's the way that it works. Nobody is giving any responsibility to the people that are coming in here illegally, and nobody else is in this group addressing the fact that the law enforcement, what was their alternative? Do these people, are they suggesting that we should just let everybody come through with children who have no ID, who are probably not even their children, could be not their children, being trafficked through? They're just being told what to say. They're being rallied up of what they need to be upset about. You know, so I encourage everyone, just like I encourage people to read the OIG report, which is basically at the end exactly what Comey did. Listed everything Clinton did, then said no one will prosecute. In the OIG report, they list all of these crimes, treason, sedition, crimes. And then they say that there was no bias. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It is. Okay, other than that, last thing, I wanted to wish a happy birthday to a young friend of mine. Happy birthday, Crusader. I'm glad you're not getting completely shit-faced today. I mean, like 1 or 2 or 3 drinks is okay. Not 23, but, you know. Anyway, happy birthday to you. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. Is it the weekend yet? Almost. Great weekend. All right. Bye.